Peace, this is Prince Razael, and today I want to talk about how to end all suffering. Suffering is really fear being projected out. We tend to think about the things that we don't want to happen instead of thinking about the things we do want to happen. For example, for those of us, who have bills and we're working jobs and we might be a little short on our check because we didn't work as many hours as we normally do, then we're constantly thinking about, okay, well, how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to pay that bill? And we're trying to figure it out logically over and over and over again until we figure it out. And if we don't figure it out, it's causing us to become stressed. And over time, that leads to fear. This fear over and over again, and we never really be at a state of peace because we're constantly thinking about how to do this or how to do that. Never really trusting our intuition, is to let it go and allow things to happen as they happen. That's the true essence of ending all suffering, is just allowing things to happen and trusting your intuition, that your intuition will never guide you the wrong way. And just because something might look like it's not going to benefit you, it might be the thing for us. For example, quitting your job or not working. Logically, it might seem like a bad idea. Like, okay, I'm not going to have no money. I'm not going to be able to do anything. But that might be the best thing for you. So, become more in tune with yourself. Because at that time, you pretty much put yourself in a position to figure things out on your own and not rely on money. So you basically have to rely on your instincts and, see what you basically have to be in the moment and just see what happens. A lot of people are fearful of basically living in the moment. And this what creates suffering because they want stability. But the more and more you want stability, the more and more you have to worry about. But when you release all that, you say, okay, I don't care about stability. I'm just going to go with the flow of things and just allow, my intuition to speak to me, my higher self or God, whatever you want to call it. Just allow them to speak to me naturally and not try to force it and not try to figure everything out on my own. Then, all suffering disappears because you just allow it to happen. Without judgment. Like, okay, I might not be able to pay my rent. It is what it is. Or I might not be able to, eat tonight. It is what it is. And when you go like that, just not applying judgment to the situation, because it's like I said previously, there's no such thing as good and bad. It just is what it is. When you just allow things to happen naturally and just be open to experience things, you will realize that you find yourself getting out of those situations, naturally. And it's like, wow, you don't even realize how you ended up in a completely different situation. But you have to first take that step, which might be getting out of your job, which might be, moving out of your parents' house or getting out of that relationship, whatever the case may be. You have to take that first step and not allow fear to paralyze you. Because if it paralyzes you, you're not going to go anywhere and you're going to continue to suffer. A lot of people say, well, you have to stick things out. It's not going to get better till, you stick it out, And that's not always the case. We're not supposed to wait around for stuff to happen. We're not supposed to wait around for change. We're supposed to initiate that within ourselves first, then act on it. Not, wait for the right timing. The right timing is when you want it to happen. You just have to release that fear and just allow things, to play out as they may. So that's my brief introduction into how to get rid of suffering or to end all suffering. Check out my website, esotericknowledge.net. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace and hotep.